What is a deck? Nothing but a miserable pile of staples! Have at ye! Imagine a format where you have no staples, because you can craft no cards, open no bundles, buy no structure decks. Imagine a challenge run where all you have is 80 random Yu-Gi-Oh cards and your own will to survive. Could you win even a single duel on the Master Duel ladder? If you can, you'll be rewarded with one additional pack to add to your collection, plus whatever legacy packs you pick up along the way. Use them wisely, because in a Masochist run, that's all you'll be getting, and every card counts. I'm Hardleg Joe, if you didn't know, and it's time for me to fulfill my destiny. Like Simo before me, I will take up Yu-Gi-Oh's most difficult challenge and try my best to reach the top of the Master Duel ladder under the most insane conditions possible. Grab a snack and lean back, cause it's gonna be a long and bumpy ride. Last time on Master Duel Masochist. I see. Do my best Aneacraft impression. Yeah, I'm playing the confusing pendulum deck. You better surrender. You better get out of here. An eyes restrict monster. I think the best thing is to just banish her the radiance. Be like, I ain't activating shit. Get punched on. There we go. And there we go. And welcome back to Master Duel Masochist. A new stream is upon us, and we have a new friend. Everyone, I'd like you to meet Grumble Punch, the Rock City Gnome. He doesn't make any sounds like Critter or anything. In fact, he's not even going to be on screen. I would never replace Critter. But he is going to be slightly off frame, watching. I just wanted to let you know that a gnome is here. A gnome is watching us. Always. Anyway, today we're going to try out the Cyberse deck because we're back down in Silver 5. And I figured why not try something. I guess this is kind of new, you know? We've done this before, but we got a few cards that make it a little bit better. We got a second template skipper. We got a second Achichi at Ignister. We got ourselves a Dotscaper, which means we can take out some of the less good cards that we had and replace them with things that actually help us extend. We also have a Decode Talker, so a pretty decent like Link 3 that we can go into as we work our way up into Avramax. And yeah, in case you forgot this deck, it is pretty much just Avramax Turbo, and it's arguably not as good at that as the Tri-Brigade deck is. The difference is this plays a bunch of stuff that helps support and strengthen the Avramax. We've got all of these Crusadia cards, which if you forgot, Avramax is a Crusadia, so we can give it piercing, we can destroy something when we summon this, so get rid of some back row that might hurt us. This thing is a hand trap that, like, if they destroy Avramax, we just discard this and get it back. This is a battle trap, so if they negate this and try to attack in, we can stop it. We can also use this with any Link monster, really. And this thing makes it unaffected by our opponent's card effects. So we're going all in on Avramax Turbo, but we're going to protect Avramax as best as we can. It's a protect the castle style deck. Granted, it usually takes us a turn or two to get started, so depending on what the opponent's on, we may not even have a chance to build Avramax, but I figure we have the best chance of succeeding here in Silver 5. Also, in order to make sure I don't lose my mind, I'm going to do something that someone in the comments suggested. I didn't write down their name, but you know who you are. Thank you. And they said maybe you should make it so that if you lose a certain number of duels with the deck, you switch back to the worm pile, because that is the best deck. So we're setting our losses with this at 7. If we get to 7 losses, then we're cutting our ties, we're getting to something else. But until then, we're gonna try our best to make the Cyberse pile work. So let's jump onto the ladder and get it done. Standard Season 55 has begun. Where did I go? 55 has a special meaning to me, Chad. One day, perhaps you will find out why. Well, we've got a special celebrity opponent, Chad. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but it's Smitty Werberman Jensen. Smitty Werber Jaegerman Jensen. Sorry, the name, you know, it eluded me for a second. That's not their actual name, but I know that's who they are because he's number 1. This is the top 1. What he's doing down in Silver 5, I don't know, but I guess we're gonna find out. Also, our hand sucks, but we got Grid Rod. That's kind of cool, and a couple traps. Schmitty, Werbin, Jaegerman, Jensen. Thank you. Oh, yeah, he probably is number 1, even if he's a Duel Links player. Okay, 2 tuners doesn't do a whole lot. Oh, do they have a non-tuner? No, it's Oops All Tuners, the motion picture. I think you can make some cool tune synchros with this. They ain't gonna, but they could. Okay. Yeah, I think we are going to have to go for the, you know, the all-powerful, decode talker. So let's go ahead. We start with a Chi-Chi Adignister. When this is summoned, we can add another Adignister. And I believe, yeah, Doshin says if you control an Adignister, you can summon this from your hand. So we get this. We activate the effect. Oh, I can just go directly into decode. Okay. So we're gonna use you, and this card in our hand. Hello there. Behold, Decode Talker. This card is sent to the graveyard as link material for a code talker. You can target a level 4 lower Cyberse in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Okay. When a Cyberse battles, you can destroy that monster you control. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, we just add a Chi-Chi back so we can add another decode. And then we're going to Grid Rod it. Check out my Grid Rod. So 3100. It is unaffected by your opponent's card effects, and the first time it would be destroyed by battle, each time it is not. When it is destroyed, Cyberse monsters are unaffected for the end of the turn. So we can go to battle. We want to stay pointing at something because it gives us extra attack. We'll do 25, main phase 2. This is probably the least likely to be useful, just in case they have imperm. There we go. You know, it's not the most powerful board, but against Tuner Johnny over here, it might be enough. We just gotta hope they don't draw a well, even if they draw a non-tuner at this point, I could just Starry Dragon cycle. Hey, don't knock Tuner Johnny. He's number 1. You do have a car, but I've got Flame Wingman. Archfiend Emperor. So you can make a level 10 synchro, or a level 12, wait, shit. I will have to use 2 things to stop. Oh, they are double tuning. What could they be? Wait, no, they're link summoning. Nightmare Unicorn with nothing to discard, but they get a spell trap. And that might as well, yeah. Unfortunately, we've talked about it many times before. If they can get the spell trap that lets them just grab a thing every turn, then we have a little bit of a problem. The Archfiend locks them into fiends. That makes sense. They're going for the trap, though. They don't know. And then what? You cannot face the might of my Grid Road Talker. Okay, end phase. I'm just gonna do this. Goodbye. Summon a fiend? Yes. I will take this one. Oh, I should have grabbed the Archfiend. I think I would have killed him. Yes. I will grab 3,100 life points. Thank you. Divine Wrath. The kill. Okay, and then we add a Chi-Chi. And if you don't know, Decode Talker, it gains 500 for every monster it points to, which is why I'm summoning to these zones. And if your opponent activates a card that targets it, I can tribute a monster it points to negate it. I am unaffected by card effects though, so that don't matter. You cannot banish me. I am unsharkable and unbanishable. Battle phase. 3,600. 800. And then, it's still not enough. 600. Draw your last pathetic card, top 1. Let us see who's really the top 1 here. Picari doesn't have a special summon, it doesn't. But when it's summoned, I get an AI spell trap, and I have one that summons one out of the graveyard. So like, you know, this is a turn 4 deck in the sense that like I grab this, and then even if they destroy this, next turn I can normal summon, get that back, and then I have a Link 2. We're about to become the best player in Master Duel. Unless they hit me with the fucking sphere mode. Okay, good. There we go. A pretty good start for the Link deck. We beat the #1 player in Master Duel. Granted, they summoned 3 tuners on their first turn, had the ability to search a searcher and didn't. So, you know, I'm starting to doubt whether or not they're top 1, but a win is a win. One of your finest master packs, please. But not song-worthy. Not yet. This is only the first one of the day. Skyscraper. Terrible. A Violon card, also terrible. A third backup operator, which is a Cyberse card that we're not even playing because it's not good enough. Loka Samsara, just terrible Visa Starfrost lore. There's a new card. Not a good one though. Valkyrian Knight. That headdress, way too big. Monsters your opponent control cannot target warriors for attack, except for this one. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can banish it and 1 warrior from your graveyard. Target a level 5 or higher warrior in your graveyard. Special summon it. Just very, very outdated. A Laval Synchro. Oh hey! Firefighting Daruma doll. This is a Tri-type Link that we can make with the Tri deck. So we got another target for that. This will help out quite a bit. Just being a Link 2, takes Beast, Beast Warrior, Winged Beast. Gains 100 for every Tri type on the field. Once per turn, you can target a spell trap on each field and destroy them. When this card destroys a monster by battle, target one of your Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast that is banished or in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Yeah, so that last effect rarely triggers. That second effect is really good if we have something like the fire formation cards, like a Tenki where we search and then it sticks on the field, then this can destroy it and something else. If we ever get one of those, this will be really good. This will probably see some use. So we got at least one good card and an Infernoble we already had. So one possibly decent card for like our 4th best deck, and that's about it. But you know, I'll take what we can get. Let's hop back on the ladder. All right, a high stakes battle. Whoever wins this gets into the prestigious Silver 4. They have allowed me to go first, which either means they're on a blind second deck or they don't know what they're doing. In Silver 5, could be either. Yeah, I think we're gonna try to play the long game. We'll set and we'll set. Because if this survives around long enough to link it off, then we'll get enough material to go into Avramax. Could I have... No, I couldn't have. Ah, Dark Magician. Okay, so they don't know what they're doing, but Dark Magician has enough stuff to make Dragoon. They put a Dark Magician on top of their deck. Now, let me think about this. If I'd summon this face up, I could use this in my hand to make Code Talker. And then this would... Oh, yeah, I could have done it, I think. Sent to the graveyard, you could special summon it. Yeah, I special summon it, summon this, make a... Yeah, I could have done it. I fucked up. We just gotta hope we survive. Hopefully this Blazing Mirror Force will be enough. Yeah, they stacked their deck and then shuffled their deck. Ah, Magic Karibo is a hassle. If you took battle damage, you could send this from your hand to the graveyard, special summon a Dark Magician. If a spellcaster is destroyed by battle, add this from graveyard to hand. This is just infinite Dark Magician works. Okay, now they're sending it to the graveyard. They have summoned Dark Magician to the field. Or at least they will. They're getting around to it. There he goes. 3 cards. No, just 2. Oh, it's you. Yeah, we just gotta hope they're not doing Dragoon. Granted, if they make Dragoon with this, it dies at the end of the turn, so we might be coming back, you know. That's the thing people forget, that like, yeah, any deck can make Dragoon, but it only lasts for a single turn. So unless you're playing like... Yeah, unless you're playing a deck that is going to like OTK on the crackback, which this doesn't seem to be doing, then doing that doesn't do a whole lot. Okay, and they're using a second Soul Servant. Now they're going to stack their deck. Damn. Yeah, we just do this. 14 to each of us. Then they get Magic Karibo. If you took damage, oh, from an opponent's card effect. For some reason, I was like, as long as we don't attack them, that they can't do anything. I think that works. So we can Template Skipper. Then we go into Talkback Lancer. We special summon this. Yeah, we just go to Decode Talker. Yeah. Deco Talker Turbo. From my hand. Yeah, we just get one back. And then next turn, maybe. Beware the man who talks in code. Thank you. Magician's Salvation, yeah, and then they get the Eternal Soul. And I don't think we have any spell trap removal, sadly. Gotcha. I just need something I can special summon. If I can make my way into, No, that ain't it. Yep. Unfortunately, we lose to the world's worst Dark Magician player. Okay, another high-stakes duel. This time, I choose to go first. Got any plans for loss number 666? I don't plan for any of the numbers. I don't know what I would plan. Why can't you be like a level 3 or something? Set for now. I either need a more generic Link 1, something like a, an Al Mirage, maybe? Or if I could have a Code Talker, that would actually do a lot. You know, if you're on Orchist and you've got a Shining Sark package that can just get you a new card every turn, probably not going to be able to beat that. Stannis the Manus has redeemed a honk. Critter, you want to say something for Stannis? Thank you. Yeah, or the Crusadia Link 1 would be a game changer as well. Yeah, this, they seem to know what they're doing and they have an archetype, so I'm just going to get out of here. Okay, they've got a 60-card deck, it looks like. Yeah, alright. Oh, hey. We got Gold Sark, we've got Malice, they have normal summon to Clayman. That bodes well for us, chat. That is not the play of someone who has a really good normal summon Clayman pass. Anyway. Gold Sark. Banish Dormouse. Activate Dormouse. Summon. Normal summon. Actually, we normal summon this because this allows us to get some more stuff. Bakari. Bakari gets us Fighting Spirit. And then it don't matter what we make, right? We just need to make like a Link 2. So we make these two. Then we use Fighting Spirit. We bring back this. We special summon the Foreman Skipper. Huh? The Link monster is summoned. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. Good to know. And now, I could also make Aquamax, which is a negate, but I don't think we'll need it against this. Aquamax! Okay, we got there, chat, one way or another. But yeah, I could have normal summoned Chessy Cat and then Chessy Cat make the Haggard Lizardos, banish it, summon it, and done essentially the same thing. Oh, that's a non-targeting destruction, isn't it? Son of a bitch. Wait, hold. This card's current attack. You could target a card on the field and destroy it. We're fine, we're fine. DPE is not here. What is this? Equipped to a level 5. Start of the battle phase, you can activate a field card. It gains attack equal to its original defense, and your opponent cannot target it with effects. Destroys a monster by battle, you could send this and it can attack again. Well, you know, it's a good thing that I have this. Use the effect? Yeah, get that shit out of here. I don't want to have to deal with that. It's that easy! We got it! And with that, we rank up into... I was gonna say diamond, but no, it's silver 4. That means we get a bonus pack. Ooh la la. Alright, so this first master pack is for defeating Clayman in honorable battle. What kind of loot did his corpse have on it? A 4th Altergeist manifestation. Great. Rika Flurries, which is good if we had a bunch of Rikas. A Fluunderies we already have. A Gen X we already have. A Goaty Trap that's not even good in Goaty. An Alien card. Murmur of the Forest, and number 77, the 7 Sins. Well, that's, a bunch of useless stuff, and then something that's actually pretty good. You can Ixie summon this by using a rank 10 or 11 Dark Ixie as material, transfer the materials. It's a level 12. Once per turn, you can detach 2 materials, banish all the special summoned monsters your opponent controls, then attach 1 as material, and if this card would be destroyed, you could detach a material instead. Now, famously, I do have Varudris, which is a dark level or a dark rank 10 Ixie that has a really good negate effect, and being able to use that and then rank up into this is one hell of a power play. Also famously, we cannot make Varudris with any kind of consistency. Getting any amount of like level 10 monsters on the field is extremely difficult. But if we do, now we've got more of a payoff. So, there's that. 10 slop is on his way. Maybe we'll get some of those new train cards. And then we get a card for persisting through silver into silver 4, our rank up pack. Ooh, and this one has a shiny. We got a Dino Mist, pretty decent for, like, if we can get a bunch of those, that makes a deck. 6 Samurai that we already have. Oh, what tuna? It's a tuner. This card can attack directly. You can use each of the following effects once per turn. At the end of the damage step, if your monster inflicts battle damage to an opponent, you can special summon this from your hand. When this card inflicts damage to your opponent with a direct attack, you can tribute this card and 1 or more non-tuners from your hand or field, and then summon a Watt Synchro from your extra deck, whose level equals the total levels of the tributed monsters. We do have a couple Watt monsters. I think we might actually have one of the Synchros. If I recall, when we got it, I was like, this will be good if we can get the tuna. So we might have to look into it. If we are already playing a Synchro deck, having something that can attack directly and then use stuff from our hand. Because I thought this is like, you could tribute this card and 1 or more non-tuners from your hand or field. So it does not have to use Watts. It just has to make a Watt. So as long as we can get a Watt Synchro, we can make use of this. So perhaps maybe. We'll have to look into it. We've got that's our 4th Obliterate, I believe. An Ally of Justice that we already have. The fucking Roar of the Earthbound that we already have. Ooh, Malong. So it's a generic level 6. If this card is summoned, you can increase or decrease its level by 1. Ooh. I mean, it is a Synchro tuner, so like, you can maybe use that to combo, but no one ever does. All they ever use it for is, if this card is sent to the graveyard, target a face-up card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. I don't think we have anything like a Dogmatica Punishment that would use this, but if we do get anything that dumps from the graveyard, or hell, even if we just go into a format where someone's doing that, having this could allow us to trigger it. So this might be something that we throw in just in case. It's a good card to have in our back pocket. And our last SR is Malefic Paradox Dragon. The one thing that was actually shiny is like the worst one. We specifically need Malefic Parallel Gear and a non-tuner Malefic. So we need 2 awful cards for one of Yu-Gi-Oh's worst archetypes. When this is Synchro summoned, select a Synchro monster in either player's graveyard and summon it. There can only be 1. If Malefic World does not face up on the field, destroy this card. Okay, so not only do we need a specific tuner, like a named tuner, and a Malefic monster, but in order for this to survive, we need a specific field spell. Awful, dreadful, 0 out of 10, -1 out of 10, useless. But at least we got 2 other things. I'll check out, see what our deck is looking like, but most likely we're just gonna jump back in for now. All right, so after looking around, it turns out we can make use of the Malong. Specifically because we have this, Dogmatica Lawbringer, one of the newer Dogmatica cards people haven't seen, but works pretty well. If a monster special summoned from the extra deck is on the field, and this card is in your hand, you can special summon this. When it's special summoned, have each player send 1 monster from their extra deck to the graveyard. And then if this is sent to the graveyard, you can target a Dogmatica in your graveyard, add it to your hand. That last part don't matter because we don't have any other Dogmaticas, but it's just the fact that this essentially works like almost any of these other cards in the sense that if we can make a Link 1 or a Link 2, this is a free special summon. And if we're going second, we can also bounce a card in the process by sending off them along. It's also just a 2000 beater in general and a level 8, which means we'll probably use it in the Synchro deck as well, so a very good pickup. And then since we were adding this in, I decided to change things up quite a bit here. Previously, we were relying on a whole lot of Cyberse cards because we wanted to use Firewall Defensor, which locks us into Cyberse, but has the potential to give like 3 or 4 Link materials, but we were just never realizing that dream. We really need to make a Link 2 so that we can make use of all these cards like the Template Skipper and the Crusadias that allow you to special summon for free if you have a Link 2. So what we've done is take out a lot of the Firewall stuff, and we added in like 2 Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser, 2 Photon Thrasher, and this Vanquish Soul we have. And what these all have in common is that if we control no monsters, we can special summon them. So we can special summon them, normal summon something, hopefully like an Achichi or one of our Malice cards that can then come back, or maybe even like a Dotscaper, make a Link 2, summon the Crusadias, summon back something, and then make our way into Avramax. I'm not sure exactly about the ratios because this is so much jank, but I think this should work a little bit better than the previous one. So this is Cyberse Pile version 0.3. Let's jump back into it. Here we go. We're going first. It's a high stakes battle, but not for us. Also kind of weird. I feel like we're intruding a little bit. This is going to be a 3-way duel. Because, I mean, it looks like a 2-way duel because it's us versus our opponent. But our opponent is Mooley versus Wild. So there's already conflict happening on that side of the board. And we're just kind of peeking in here. This hand, let me think here. Yeah, so all we can do with this is make a decode talker. We're 1 off. I think the best bet is to do this for now. We can make Avramax, banish Dormouse, and Dormouse banishes Cat. Oh, okay, I forgot about that. Hold up. Okay, so let's do this. Or I could Dotscaper, but this might get him to surrender anyway. Banish Dormouse. Dormouse arrives. We activate Dormouse. We banish the Chessy Cat. Chessy Cat arrives. Then we use these 2. We go Wicked. We special summon Leonis. We normal summon the Doyon. We want to save the other stuff for if we get Scapegoat. There's so many cards that are just like generic. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of protection. We had to use everything in our hand, so the Divine Wraths aren't as good. Maybe we should trade these out for cards that don't require us to discard. Well, we do have the Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. So we basically just have to wait for them to summon a card that has the potential to out this, and then put it in the Nightmare Hole. Maybe Lost Winds? We already have 2 Lost Winds. Oh no! Hecka Hands! With Wall of Disruption! Uh-oh. Well, the good thing about Hecka Hands is that if they kill our card, they're not gonna get anything good. We have nothing good to steal. Our only good monster is on the field. Okay, whatever spell trap we have is not gonna work. I draw a card and discard a card. No! Not Lawbringer! Summon that. Yeah, we just allow it. Again, we need to wait for something that can actually, like, hurt us. Oh, what were those? 2 Adignisters. I'm trying to think. The only thing that really threatens me is Dandalos. Because Dandalos can attack directly. Target 1 spell trap. Joke's on you. I couldn't have activated that anyway. Oh, wait. If they get the counter trap... Yeah, I think we have to stop this. Hopefully that leaves them on nothing. The other problem, everything's a fucking illusion, so we can't get through it with Avramax. Starry Dragon Cycle. The problem is they have that, that counter trap. Okay. Tribute 1 Hecka Hands or 1 monster you control. Take control. Oh, that doesn't target either. Fuck. Yeah, I'm less concerned with them. Well, they have to control 1, right? Yeah, this will stop them from ever getting that far, hopefully. If they've got a fusion out, it's already too late. All right, now get rid of that. Or I guess you could send off one of your back row cards. Original bamboo sword? Brother, what are you doing? Crusadia Testament. I have to destroy a monster by battle. I can't do this. Yep. Sorry, buddy. Emissary from the House of Wax. 3,000. We just need them to fade one draw step. If we can get in for one more attack. Add a Hecahand spell trap. Okay. Tartaros. They get to fusion summon. Now the counter trap is on. But they only got the one for spell traps, right? That we know of. Where was it? It was they activated this. Yeah, you have to target me to take control of me, so you can't use the Dandalos. You can't attack directly, and I can't bounce you because you can negate it. Although you won't be able to bounce me, although you will still take the damage. So as long as this isn't exactly the counter trap for monsters, I can kill them. I just gotta hope. Please don't have the counter trap. They didn't! They take the 3,000 and Avramax clears. Just sit on Avramax to win. All right, so before we get to the Master Pack, we're gonna open up 6 Legacy Packs. And you know what? I think it's time that we stop, like, closing our eyes and doing everything dramatic about this. You know, we've got so many of these, and so many of them are just repeats. You know, we're just gonna flip it open, and we're just gonna look at whatever new cards we get. We got a surprising number of them this time, but nothing especially good. But we'll check it out. I mean, we got Meteor Black Dragon. It's got 3,500 attack. This, I think, is now the best target that we can play for the 10E counter trap when it gets destroyed, because it has more attack power than Draco Berserker. And it's a non-effect monster, but otherwise kind of useless. Light Law Medium. I prefer Light Law Large. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, target any number of attack position monsters your opponent controls. While this card is in the monster zone, those monsters must attack if able. Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's attack position monster, you can negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of the original attack of that opponent's monster. This would be neat if that bottom part wasn't once per turn, then this would be an absolute menace. But being able to, like, target 4 monsters and then just force them to attack with their lowest one doesn't really do a whole lot. Oyster Meister sees play in a couple, what's it called? Coelacanth builds, where you can summon like 4 fish at once. Because if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon an oyster token. I mean, might even be good in the Cyberse pile, because it makes 2 things, but you have to normal summon it. Probably not worth that. Brutal Potion, the most metal card. This card becomes an equip card and equips to 1 monster you control. When you inflict damage to an opponent with a card effect, the equipped monster gains 1,000 attack until the end of the turn. Terrible. Dreadful. How cruel. When this card is sent to the graveyard as a result of battle, toss a coin. If you call it right, destroy 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field. So it's Yomi ship, but only sometimes. Twin-Headed Wolf. If you control another fiend, negate the effect of flip monsters destroyed by this card specifically. When Umi is face up on the field, this card is unaffected by spells, which includes Umi. Pretty terrible. And Cold Feet, which is a card they made bad as a joke. You cannot activate, set, or use the effects of any spell trap cards this turn. You ever just want to cold wave yourself? You want to make it so you can't activate the effects of cards? I think this has literally no good. You have to struggle to find a way to use this. I think I've seen like a joke deck that like forces the opponent to activate this, but even then, cutting them off of spell traps for a turn if you have to use your whole hand to do it ain't worth it. So probably nothing that'll see play except for maybe this in a normal deck, possibly. Maybe the normal fusion deck. Let's go get our master pack. And I have decided that this, my friends, is one fine master pack. Oh, shooby-doo-woppa, shooby-doo-way, yeah. Woo! Goddess of the Two Sides. Ah, I see. The Enlightened Centrist. 950 attack. Level 3. If this card is normal or special summoned, add one monster from your deck to your hand that has a coin tossing effect, except herself. During the main phase, toss a coin and call it. If you call it right, double the attack of all monsters you currently control. If you call it wrong, send as many monsters as you control to the graveyard as possible and draw one card. Terrible. Absolutely dreadful. It adds Origami Goddess. It's, you know, we wanted to search Origami Goddess. Okay. Then we got TG Screw Serpent, which is like the best TG. If this is normal or special summoned, target a level 4 or lower in the graveyard except itself. Summon that monster, its effects are negated. Banish this from your graveyard. Target a TG you control, increase or reduce its level by 1. So it's just a 2-for-1. 2-for-1, but you need to have another card in the graveyard, which is good if you have other TGs. Track Black. Not to be confused with Jack Black.
Fuck you!
This is just a generic Cyberse Link 2. You can target one monster you control that this card points to. Every time it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, draw one card. I think we'll put this in. If we can make this underneath the Avramax, then every time it battles, we just draw a card and they can't attack this because Avramax says you can't attack it. I mean, it's good enough. It's better than some of the other Link 2s we're playing that are just like 2 effect monsters to exist. So yeah, there we go. Watt Kiwi. A Watt. I'm not sure if I mentioned it. We don't actually have any Watt synchros. We did check, but here's another Watt. You know, Fierce Tiger Monghu. All monsters on the field lose 500. During your main phase, you can destroy all monsters on field with less attack than this card. It is kind of like a Raigeki on legs for lower attack monsters, but unlikely that we'll be in that situation. Double Trap Hole. It's twice as much. If your opponent summons a monster in defense position, banish those monsters that are summoned in and currently in defense position. Why is this Double Trap Hole? I don't get it. I don't think it'll be all that useful. We're probably not gonna play that one. Hermit of Prophecy and our SR card? Ring Announcer. Is this a fucking Battle and Boxer card? This card is always treated as a Battle and Boxer card. Special summon a Battle and Boxer from your hand, then destroy spell traps up to the number of Ixie monsters you control. Only activate one Ring Announcer per turn. We are slowly getting together a pretty decent package of Battle and Boxers. I'm not sure if those are good in the Ixie deck, but, you know, I've seen worst cards. So, at least, you know, not the finest master pack, but we got something we can use, and we got a bunch of new cards, which is good. Let's go ahead and see if we can change up the deck a little bit. Alright, one tiny change to the deck. We added in the Track Black, and we took out Double Bite Dragon, which was another Link 4 that we were playing as kind of a backup in case Avramax got removed and we had enough pieces to make another Link 4, which is never happening. You know, if Avramax gets removed, we're probably just dead, and we probably have nothing in hand. I can't imagine a grind game that we would get into. If we did, our opponent would have just as many resources. It's just a terrible idea all over. Better to put this in and have like, hey, maybe we could draw a card off of Avramax. So this is Cyberse Pile 17.4, jumping back in. All right, here we are in a high stakes battle. We lost the coin toss, but it's fine because I have homemade pizza. Ooh, delicious. The coughing makes it seem like it's not delicious. The problem is I breathed in some Parmesan as I was taking a bite. Trust me, it's really good though. Oh, hey. Vanquish Soul. I have one of those. I don't think I can beat Vanquish Soul, especially if they know what they're doing. Yeah, they got a Holly Sue. Yeah. You're meant to eat it, not breathe it. Exactly. This pizza's really good if you eat it, but if you just like inhale a bunch of Parmesan, your lungs don't enjoy it very much. They like to breathe air. Do you think that's air you're breathing? And yeah, you know, maybe there's something I could do against this. Like I could set the scapegoat, and then if they can't kill me, I can activate this and maybe make the thing, but no, this is a non-targeting steal. So, you know, as soon as I activate Grid Rod, they can just chain Holly Sue and I'm dead. And even if they can't get rid of it, they can just use Borger to burn me to death. So I think we're just gonna cut our losses and get out of here. Well, at least pizza, you know? Sorry, I ate the pizza too fast. It's too delicious.